Hello and welcome to my knife channel. Well, I thought I'd go over some of my favorite knives of 2020. And the problem with doing that is I don't have a lot of non-favorite knives. I mean, every time I get a knife, I'm like, but it's like, I guess parents that have a bunch of children, and they say, which one's your favorite? It's like, man, I like them all, So, but some of the ones that stand out for me are, the blue denim work knife. Now, I've modified my scales, as you can see. They're a lot rougher and cruder looking than the original ones. I was experimenting. I just wanted to see what would happen if I scraped on that to try to get more texture out of the micarta. And it works, but I used a knife and everything. The main thing about this knife that I like is the blade, the worn clip blade. And Smoky Mountain Knife Works had this knife before a while back, and then they ran out of them, and I wasn't able to get them, but I saw them, and I'm like, ooh, I like that shape. What is that? And, oh, it's a Rough Ryder. I'm like, really? And when they finally came out with it, I only got one of them. I should have gotten more than one, but I only got one. But anyways, it's enough. I really like this knife. At the same, before that one came out, they came out with a bow trapper, another design that looked like it wasn't going to be around, for a while. And this one I think is paper micarta because I was thinking it might be linen, but I don't really see a lot of pattern from it. Anyways, it has a nice saber type of grind to it, and that grind almost exactly matches up to the way it recesses into the handle. I don't know. This was another really nice knife. It's got kind of a light pull on it, but that's not a big issue for me. At first I thought it was, but now, since I've dealt with knives with stronger pulls, I found out that, some people have arthritis, some people have difficulties opening knives, and a softer pull, it locks into place solidly. If you've got a combination of this knife and this knife, you basically look at that. One is good at doing a shape like this, and one is doing a shape like that. So you pretty much have got yourself covered for whatever you need. Of course, also the Rough Ryder Reserve line came out, and that was my first. This is my first expensive, semi-expensive, $60 for a traditional knife. And I wanted it to be Rough Ryder because I was about ready to transition to case or GEC. Now, GEC you're not going to get for $60, but a case you can get, for somewhere around that price. I really like the shape of this main blade right here. I don't do, a whole lot of whittling, like I said, other than making pointed sticks, shaving bark off of stuff. I'm not really good at carving figures. I haven't really tried yet, but I would say I'm probably not going to be that good at it. But as far as a whittling knife, it's probably too big for that. It can be used, like they said, any knife can be used for whittling. But I really like this one. I just look at it every once in a while and close the blades and open them and look at them and feel it in the hand, take a piece of wood out and carve the bark off of it. So yeah, I was really impressed with this knife, especially the little tin that it comes with, and the little cleaning cloth and all that. I'm very impressed. I'm just waiting for the rest of the ones to come out. This is the only one that I got out of the 3 that were released so far. Mainly because it was the most traditional looking of them, and it was an unusual design, like a swell center whittler. And yeah. And you've seen this one recently. This one is the one that I saw before Knife Detector's video. I saw it on eBay and stuff, but Knife Detector's video really showed me a lot about what I liked about this knife. So after that, I started going on the hunt seriously. And the first example that I found, like I said, went for like $33, and that was way beyond my price range. And then this one I got for $10. So I'm happy with that. That's another one. All it was missing is this, the shield fell off of it. And that's no big issue. As a matter of fact, it really doesn't affect the looks of it that much. You don't have a shield glaring out there. And at first glance, it just looks like part of the jigging. But again, you've got another nice saber grind. It's got that hump back to it, strange shape. You know, almost like a Spyderco or something, but it's got a nail neck on it. It's just a very different knife that you don't see very often. So I was glad to acquire that one. And, of course, this just got a regular sheep's foot kind of blade. Warney or whatever. Maybe that's more of a Wharncliffe. Another little Wharncliffe there with it. Pretty cool knife. And, of course, the sunfishes. When I was going to do this video, I grabbed 3 sunfishes I was going to throw out here, and I thought, well, let me just keep it down to 1. But of course, it's the grandma sunfish. I still got the made in Taiwan on it, just left it like that. I tried polishing the bolsters a little bit. I didn't want to take out too much of it. So I put a little bit of Brasso on there, and you can see somewhere where I was trying to take fine grit sandpaper and go with a grain like that, but it pretty much just scratched it. Another thing you can do if you want to polish a knife is just paper. You just rub it back and forth on paper a lot, and it's really just polishing. It's not gonna take off a lot of material. If you wanted to do a little bit of material removal, you could put some paste down here, you know, like some strop paste or something, but it just shines it up, gives it a little shine. Anyway, that's another one. And of course, we have the Rifleman series, sow belly Stockman. I mainly like it because of this checkering here. It's really cool. I mean, I like the rifle on it also. They also make, Rough Ryder also makes ones that they call gunstock bone, like in green and stuff like that, but it has the same kind of checkering. This checkering is really great on a knife. It adds more tactile texture than, say, just regular jimping. These are smoother or jigging. These are smoother and more open. And this is a denser pattern here. So that's a few of them. And of course, you know, I collected a bunch of, this is a copperhead, but I collected a bunch of sow bellies, and I'm getting more of those in. So there's just a few of my favorite knives from 2020 that I picked up. Just the pocket knives. I'll get into a fixed blade one later. I didn't buy a whole lot of fixed blades, but yeah, it's been a really great year for knives. Not a whole lot of other stuff, but for knives, it's been a really great year as far as like finding knives and getting knives and acquiring knives. So there you go. There's just a few. Let me show you this little copperhead while you're at it. While we're at it, we might as well get this guy out. It's just very nice. I like that smooth tobacco bone, and this kind of like keyhole shield on there is not bad. And of course, you've got 2 main blades on a copperhead with the raised part right here is supposed to be simulating like a copperhead snake. Anyway, there you go. I hope you're having a great time, enjoying yourself, and I'll put up more videos of knives that I like this year. But here's just a few of them that this one I had to hunt for, and these 2, when they finally came out, were amazing. And of course, this one was a Rough Ryder Reserve that they released this year, and I've been looking at these riflemen for a while. And of course, I like the sunfish pattern from what I saw on Tobias's channel, and when I saw this one, I'm like, ooh, I gotta have it. And I had the added benefit of it being a knife that somebody loved before. You know, Grandma loved this knife. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.